Hello, we're here again today, Patrick and I. We are going to be doing another egg to go on your Easter brunch. We're going to be using salt dough. If you don't have the recipe already, if you go onto the leaf bowl video, also on YouTube that we've done, the recipe for that is there. And you can either use salt dough or you can use the air drying clay that we made. We've decided to use salt dough today. So Patrick has his lump of salt dough. This is actually what was left over after doing his leaf bowl. So he's now going to roll that out for us, standing up, because it's much easier to roll when you're standing. So we want it to be about 1/2 centimetre thick. So yeah, it's sometimes easier to press it down. Well done. Oh, is that very slippy greaseproof paper? Okay, so if you roll one way and then you turn it around and roll the other. And that makes sure that it's even all the way round. Give it a little bit of a roll the other way just so that we know that it's flat all over. Now, at this point you can either leave it as it is, plain, cut out your egg shapes and then you can paint them afterwards, or you can start to add texture. So Patrick has some shells here, so he is going to do half the dough with texture and half the dough plain so that we have a nice combination of different techniques, really, I suppose. So let's have a look how that's come out. You can use, oh, that's lovely. You can use coins. You can use the back end of a paintbrush. If you cover that whole area, because we're going to have to do a whole egg out of that. That's it, well done. You can use leaves again if you want to. Bark is a really nice one if you can get some bark that's come off a tree. What else can we use, Patrick? Have you got any ideas? If you've got any stamps, we could use stamps, couldn't we? If you're somebody who does stamping. No? That's all right, doesn't matter.
You can maybe put some grass on so you can get that nice...
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice lines.
Texture.
Excellent, yeah, extra. Just because I'm thinking about eggs. Eggs, extra. Right, so Patrick's now going to cut his egg out. Now, we didn't have an egg-shaped cookie cutter. It's just something we don't have in the house. So what I've done is I have cut the top off a plastic pot. You could use a tin if you wanted to. Be careful with the tin, they are very sharp. And what Patrick's going to do is when he stamps, he's just going to squeeze the top and that will give him his egg shape. Just like that. There we go. Now, do be careful when you're cutting it that you try and cut it in a straight line. That's slightly wibbly, and it's a bit like a fringe. If you keep cutting it, you're going to end up with nothing left. So there you go, Patrick. So remember, squeeze one end as you push down and stamp. Just one end of it so we get that nice egg shapes. Push down and then, oh, lift it up. Have we got an egg? We have, yay! So we're going to remove the excess. So I'm going to stop interfering. Patrick's perfectly capable of doing this. Just lift it off. Yeah, and then we are going to, you can smooth the edge if you want to, so just push it in so it's all nice and smooth, or you can just leave it as it is. Rustic and shabby chic are the way forward. And then you're going to make a small hole in the top of it so it can be hung. Now we're just using the back end of a paintbrush because that's what we've got to hand. You can use pencil, you can use a skewer, and then that's now ready to go in the oven or the microwave depending on how you prefer to cook them. And we'll come back a little bit later and Patrick will be painting them. Okay, so we're back. They've come out of the oven. As you can tell, they're a lovely golden brown now that they've baked, and they're nice and cooked top and bottom. So they're ready to go. Now, Patrick is a lover of Doctor Who, absolutely loves Doctor Who at the moment. So he has done a sonic screwdriver on his, and he's actually used Sharpies as well as a little bit of paint and some glitter glue, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep. How did the Sharpies work on it? Was it easy enough to do?
It was quite easy to do with the Sharpies.
Yep. So Sharpies are another alternative if you haven't got paint or if you don't want to use paint. I used, yes, that's my word. I used acrylic paints with some glitter glue as well. And as you can see, we've still got our holes at the top. So as soon as they've dried, we're going to paint the backs of them as well. So they're double-sided, so when they swing round, you'll be able to see the colours on both sides. And then we're going to hang those on our tree as well. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I look forward to seeing what you've all produced.